Luke Shaman TV, joined by Chris Millington. So 1-0 defeat. What are your thoughts on the game?
Don't really know at the minute, Luke. Shell-shocked is probably the truth, I think. Just to give you a little summary, I think first half, Aldershot were the better team. They had more of the play, more of the moments that they would have wanted in the game. I think as the second half wore on and we made the substitutions, we grew into it and finished the stronger. And really, sort of throughout the second half, I think as our momentum grew and we started to have the moments that we were trying to create, then we should have scored. And the fact that we didn't has ended up costing us, really. So yeah, very, very frustrating day, and another repeated lesson that we've got to learn from.
She made a couple of changes to the team. Rob Harker making his first start back from injury.
Yeah, Rob came in. Yeah.
As you say, maybe grew into the game a little bit. Had a couple of set pieces early on. Aldershot with a couple of penalty appeals in that first half as well.
Right. Well, I think the first half, I think they played well and showed what quality they've got. I think we were we had a plan for their possession. We didn't implement it as well as we should have done. So they got the ball into our final third a little bit easier than we would have liked on occasions. But still, I thought we defended quite well, and Sam wasn't particularly overly stretched. Once we got to grips with the rotation of the central midfield, Frost, Stokes and Willard, and the way they move, I thought we were fairly comfortable. And it's interesting that Rowe, the defender, has got their man of the match, because first half he had plenty of possession, and second half he had a little bit of defending to do. So it's interesting that they gave him man of the match, and probably is a backhanded compliment to us in some respects. But listen, we've effectively built into the game, built the momentum, started to implement the plan that we had in place. It started to bear fruit. We haven't converted the chances that we've created, and ultimately we've got sucker punched. I think the free kick at the end that the referees give, again, another familiar story, a free kick that for me was never a free kick, and that's resulted in Aldershot being able to put the ball into our final third, and off the back of that they've scored. So that smarts a little bit, but the overriding message is we've got to take our chances.
Yes, I had plenty of chance in that second half, and you take one of those and it's a potentially comfortable win for us.
Yeah, I think so. I think if as we've grown into it and we've created those opportunities, if we take the chances that we've created, I think it becomes very difficult for Aldershot. You know, the crowd played a big part in the momentum that, in them sort of keeping going. And I think if we're a goal up and we're in control like it felt we were, then maybe the crowd start to sense that we're going to win it, and they have a little bit more difficulty maintaining the motivation, especially with a big game coming up next Saturday. So yeah, listen, the goals change games. If we convert one of our chances at 0-0, then I'm confident we come away with all 3 points, and the travelling Halifax Town supporters, who were great again, would have been going away happy. But as it is, we didn't take our chances, and we leave ourselves vulnerable to the situation that eventually materialised.
So defended well for 97 minutes then, and just one lapse of concentration at the end.
Yeah, and I'm not sure it was a lapse in concentration, really. It was a long ball, it comes out, the lad gets down the side, and it goes into a very crowded penalty area, and it's not dissimilar to the one away at York, where a long ball's gone in, it's gone down the side, and it's found its way into the middle of the box and bobbles to an opposition player. Those things happen late on in games. It's frustrating that oppositions are getting the benefit of those moments more often than us at the moment. But listen, we've got to put it right. We've got to put it right quickly. I know Solihull have been off the back of a tough result today, so they will come to the Shay on Saturday wanting to put that right. We've then got other challenging games in the shape of Altrincham and Gateshead, and by the end of this month we'll have played the majority of the top teams away from home. So we will be in a position where we can really gauge where we're at and what we've got to do in the new year to really mount a solid playoff push and hopefully a promotion push. But there's important learnings we've got to take from these results, because it's going to be the difference between us being a pretty nondescript mid-table team or being a team who can potentially threaten the playoffs and maybe more.
Thank you.
Cheers, Luke.